All right, folks. Thanks for checking out the video. I want to talk about the town hall featuring President Trump that aired tonight on CNN. Now, this had the left, folks like AOC, MSNBC types, all in a huff that CNN would have the audacity to give President Trump airtime. Now, the town hall was scheduled to air for about 90 minutes, and they actually ended up cutting it short. So, from the Gateway Pundit here, and I'm going to play some highlights, if you will, from that, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So, from the Gateway Pundit here, it says CNN cut short the network's town hall with President Trump Wednesday night by 20 minutes after Trump, backed by a wildly supportive audience, handpicked by CNN, took control of the forum from anchor Kaitlan Collins right from the start and never let up. The live event at St. Anselm College in New Hampshire was scheduled to run from 8 p.m. Eastern until 9:30 p.m. However, right before 9:10 p.m., Collins abruptly ended the town hall. So that's very interesting. It says here, Puck's Dylan Byers reported on CNN cutting the town hall short. Note, the CNN town hall was a 90-minute broadcast. Though the network expected the actual event to go as long as 75 minutes, they stopped less than 70 minutes in. In other words, they could have gone longer if they wanted, which is usually what executives do with big ratings draws. Makes sense. More people are going to tune into CNN to see Donald Trump than any of the people that are actually on CNN on a regular and consistent basis. So we have one here where the so-called moderator brings up January 6th, and Donald Trump proceeds to eviscerate her narrative. So I'll play that clip here.
Back to what happened on that day.
You said you weren't. Say that.
He has testified that, Mr.
He
President.
did not say that.
But you said you weren't very involved that day. You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about it, about
Sure,
that speech that happened on the rally.
Am I allowed to say that?
When they went to the Capitol and they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers, why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out. So if you look at, on January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. This was the day before, and this was in the form of Twitter. Now use Truth Social. I think it's far superior, okay? I hope everybody's on Truth. If you look January 6th, this is before 2:30. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. This is right after, as it was happening. But what happened is they took it down. I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good. They didn't like it being up there. I am asking, and we didn't know until I got it back, because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on Truth and I'm staying on Truth. Listen, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violation. We want no violation. We want no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That was at 2:30. That was very early.
Mr. President, I looked at the same timeline that you did.
No, but you didn't report that. You know why? Because it was taken down.
We did report it. I was reporting that day.
It was taken down and it wasn't.
But when it was clear.
Okay, so she's not going to let him have the last word on that. She's going to try to insist that somehow he didn't say what he said that day, when it's historical fact that he did. Not to mention that the Capitol Police were offered reinforcements on that day, and they were denied that. That's a little sus. Here's another one here where they bring up potential shenanigans regarding the integrity of the election.
We weren't living up to the Constitution.
I was just saying there's no evidence of that election fraud. You did once tweet.
You're supposed to say that, but I'm glad you say that. But look,
It's
that was a horrible election. That was a horrible election, and unless somebody's very stupid, and I know you very well, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are given an agenda or you have an agenda. Look, we have to have honest elections in our country. We have open borders. We have.
Okay, so again here, Kaitlan Collins she's gonna say what the truth is, right? It's not what we actually see, what we actually experience, but no, what she says, that's the truth. Okay. Here we have an exchange where Trump calls Miss Collins exactly what she is.
But that's the question that investigators have, I think, is why you held on to those documents when you knew the federal government was seeking them and then had given you a subpoena to return them.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's the answer?
Do you mind?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple you're a nasty person, I'll tell you.
Can you answer why you held on to the documents?
I was negotiating and we were talking to NARA, that's Washington, to bring whatever they want. They can have whatever they want.
Okay, so you could tell he was getting under her skin a little bit there. She clearly lacks professionalism in, trying to snip and trying to snipe in response to Donald Trump trying to answer the question. So here's another interesting exchange here about the different treatment between Donald Trump having certain documents that he was allowed to have versus documents that Joe Biden had that he was not allowed to have as vice president and as a senator.
Why did you take those documents with you when you left the White House?
I had every right to under the Presidential Records Act. You have the Presidential Records Act. I was there and I took what I took and it gets declassified. Biden, on the other hand, he has 1,850 boxes. He had boxes sent to Chinatown, where they don't speak even English in that Chinatown we're talking about.
I got to stop you right there.
Nobody talks about him. They talk about us. Just so you understand, I had every right to do it. I didn't make a secret of it. The boxes were stationed outside of the White House. People were taking pictures of the GSA and the various people.
Because the Presidential Records Act, which is not well known to a lot of people, I read it. It does not say that you can take documents with you. It says actually that they are the property of the federal government.
It says you talk, you negotiate, you make a deal. It's not criminal, by the way. The Presidential Records Act is not criminal. And just so you know,
it does not say you can negotiate to take the documents with you.
Can I tell you? Just so you understand, the Presidential Records Act is not criminal. I took the documents I'm allowed to. You know who else took them? Obama took them. Nixon took them. Reagan took them. Oh, he didn't?
The difference here that I'd like to know.
Reagan
National
took
Archive
them.
says that President Obama
even Jimmy
did not
Carter,
take
even
documents.
Mike Pence had some documents, and he's a
You
very
referenced
honorable
Pence,
guy.
You referenced
But you know
Biden.
who took them more than anybody is Joe Biden. He has 1,800 boxes.
That's
and
not
nobody
accurate,
even
Mr.
knows where
President,
they
and
are.
you know that.
1,800, and nobody talks about him.
Mr. President,
And they
that's not accurate.
and they put a rough guy on us, and in the meantime they have
I think it's important, Mr.
nobody.
President, to actually set the record straight here. They took documents, including President or Vice President Pence. When they realized they had documents, they turned them back over. The difference is that you waited to turn yours over, and it was a year-and-a-half effort that incled a subpoena with those documents. One question about what happened when you had those documents.
It included a raid on my house. That's what it included.
But you'd gotten a subpoena and they had not been turned over yet.
They didn't raid Biden's house. You know what happened? They put him in the house. That's the one with the Corvette where the documents were laying all over the floor. That was fine. And you know who happens to be at Mar-a-Lago? Secret Service, and they're phenomenal. I have Secret Service. He didn't have Secret Service. The other thing, the vice president cannot declassify. He didn't have the right to declassify. He has documents from when he was a senator. And even Democrat senators say, I can't believe it.
No, that's true. That's, we know that Biden had documents from his time as vice president, but he also had classified documents from his time as a senator. And of course, the little CNN minion there is trying to run cover for Biden and Obama and even Pence to some degree. Not a surprise there. But I think this was very interesting, a very good job by President Trump I think he really controlled the narrative from the beginning, which is why they cut the thing short. CNN did not host this to make Trump look good or to help Trump. They tried to do it because they thought Kaitlan Collins would be able to, I don't know, change people's mind about President Trump. But if anything, Trump comes out of this looking better than he did going in. So let me know what you all think. Do you think this will have any impact on things? It's very interesting because obviously New Hampshire is one of the early primary states. If indeed there is going to be a competitive primary on the Republican side, it's not looking that competitive at this point. Trump has like a 30+ point lead. But did you watch the town hall? What did you think? How do you think President Trump did? How do you think the moderator did? So let me know what you all think. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.